Okay, hello, kamusta? Welcome sa panibago na naman nating lecture. Ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon tungkol sa positive psychology. Pag-uusapan natin the 10 commandments and happiness. I'm sure many of you right now iniisip na mukhang incompatible yung 10 commandments sa happiness. Kasi mas maraming utos sa Biblia, mas lumulungkot ang buhay. Kapag inutusan ka ng Biblia na bawal mambabae, bawal uminom, bawal ang bisyo, bawal magmura, mukhang masisense mo na lulungkot ang buhay mo. But in this lecture, babaguhin natin yung ganyang pananaw because the main claim in this lecture is pampasaya ng buhay ang 10 commandments. If you want to be happier in life, one of the surest ways para mangyari yan is sundin mo yung 10 utos. Following the 10 commandments will enhance your level of happiness. So yan ang claim na susuportahan natin in this lecture. As we know, in positive psychology, ang pinaka-issue dito is happiness, also known as subjective well-being. Yung mga estudyante ko dyan sa positive psych, alam na alam yan. And in positive psych, meron tayong very popular theory called self-determination theory by Ryan and Deci. So itong theory na to, pinapaliwanag kung paano ba maging masaya sa buhay. So this is a classic reading na pwede nyong basahin on your own time to further understand self-determination theory. Google Scholar nyo na lang, download it, and then read it on your own. Basta ulitin ko lang, ang sinasabi lang dito is paano maging masaya. Self-determination theory teaches people how to be happier. Now, mabilisan lang, ano ba ang sagot ng self-determination theory kung paano sumaya? Kailangan daw, meron tayong 3 psychological elements na present sa buhay natin. The more these 3 are present in our life, the happier we become. Ano yung tatlong yan? Una, dapat meron kang autonomy. This is your freedom to do what you are designed to do. I-emphasize ko lang to by discussing what autonomy is not. Kasi karamihan ng mga tao, pag narinig nilang autonomy, ang pananaw nila walang batas. Lahat ng gusto mong gawin, pwede. Hindi ganyan ang definition ng autonomy in self-determination theory. In fact, hindi tama na isipin mo na autonomous ka lang kapag walang bawal. Autonomous ka lang kung walang batas. Why not? Because it is in our human nature to desire law. Yung psyche natin, hindi yan nagpa-function ng maayos kung walang batas na ina-apply. Kasi nga, nasa programming ng psyche natin na meron tayong dapat batas na sinusunod. If you relate that in the biblical language, God has put laws in our hearts. Programming ng psyche natin na maging sensitive sa mga bagay na pwede at hindi pwede through the laws that we have in our life. Kaya nga kung i-relate mo tong nakasulat sa Hebrews, yung laws in our hearts, ano ang mga supports natin na totoo nga? That our psyche is programmed for laws. Number 1, lahat ng tao may conscience. The fact that God put laws in our hearts, meron tayong konsyensya. And in psychology, hindi maganda kapag ang tao hindi nakokonsensya. You even go to DSM-5. Kapag ang isang tao hindi gumagana ang konsyensya, wala siyang willingness to acknowledge what's right and what's wrong, maraming mga DSM-5 diagnosis yan. Also, in the macro level, the fact that God put laws in our hearts, kaya ang mga batas universal. Walang bansa sa buong mundo ang walang batas. Kahit sa ang lupalop ka ng mundo pumunta, laging merong mga batas na nag-a-apply. Why? Because again, it is in our psychological programming to create laws, to acknowledge laws, and to obey laws. Kaya wag nating iisipin na yung autonomy, ibig sabihin yan dapat walang batas sa buhay mo. Kaya in connection to that, i-connect natin tong definition na to sa sinabi ni late Pastor Tim Keller about autonomy. Sabi niya, freedom is not the absence of limitations and constraints, but it is finding the right ones. Dapat may batas pa rin. Pero dapat yung batas na pinapairal mo sa buhay mo are laws that are consistent to your nature. Ano ba ang nature natin bilang mga tao? We are spiritual beings. So kapag meron tayong mga batas na sinusunod na nag-e-enhance ng pagka-spiritual beings natin, then that is autonomy. Kapag meron tayong kalayaan na maging spiritual, because that's who we are in the first place, yan ang tunay na definition ng autonomy. At paano mangyayari yon? Paano natin mas mare-reinforce yung pagka-espiritu natin through the laws that help us to be more spiritual. So that's how we define autonomy in this lecture. Next, sabi ng self-determination theory, dapat may competence. Kapag ang tao nasa sense niya na magaling siya sa isang bagay at nagbe-benefit yung ibang tao because of that expertise, because of that specialty, nararamdaman ng tao na meron siyang pakinabang sa society, tumataas yung level of competence niya, sumasaya ang buhay. Kaya yung mga tao na lumalagpak ang competence, natatanggal sa trabaho, unemployment lowers down competence. At kapag nangyari yan, nagiging prone sila sa depression. Kaya seryosong problema yung matanggal ka sa trabaho eh. Pag natanggal ka sa trabaho, lalagpak ang competence, lalagpak ang happiness, prone sa depression. Another example, no, in connection to competence, kaya gusto ko rin yung ginawa ng Manila LGU. Nung Yorme pa si Isko Moreno sa Manila, gumawa siya ng mga agreements sa different capitalist businesses na dapat i-hire yung mga senior citizens, which I agree. At alam natin to in DevPsych. Kapag ang mga senior citizens nag-retire, pero meron pa rin silang mga trabaho, let's say hinahire pa rin sila ng McDo, hinahire pa rin sila ng mga coffee shops, nasusustain nila yung competence nila. Nasa-sense ang mga senior citizens na meron pa rin silang pakinabang. So when competence is sustained, happiness is also sustained. Kaya in connection to that, no, ang tamang definition ng retirement is nag-iiba ka lang ng gagawin. Maybe hindi ka na nag-oopisina, pero hindi ibig sabihin nun pag retired ka na, wala ka nang gagawin. Kasi hindi maganda sa human psychology na walang ginagawa kasi babagsak ang competence. Kaya pag may kakilala kang retired na, pagsabihan mo siya na hindi ibig sabihin nun, sitting pretty na lang everyday sa bahay. Retired na siya sa opisina. Retired na siya sa isang kumpanya, pero hindi ibig sabihin nun, wala na siyang gagawin. Hanap pa rin siya ng mga bagay na gagawin niya para masustain yung competence, masustain din yung level of happiness. Okay? So, yun yung ibig sabihin natin ng competence in this lecture. The third element, sabi ng self-determination theory, para sumaya ang tao, dapat meron tayong relatedness. Ibig sabihin, positive ang connection natin sa ibang tao. Number 1, wala tayong kagalit. Number 2, marunong tayong magpatawad. So, nare-restore yung mga broken relationships natin. Number 3, nakakapag-bonding tayo with people that we value. Friends, family. Anytime we want to spend time with them, lalo na good moments with them, meron laging available na tao to connect with. Expression yun ng relatedness. And of course, kung meron din tayong opportunity to help other people, tumulong sa mga nangangailangan, that is also an expression of relatedness. So the more you have numbers 1 to 4, mas nare-reinforce mo yung relatedness sa buhay mo, mas nasusustain yung iyong happiness. So in summary, anong sinasabi ng self-determination theory? Ayan. Kapag nasusustain mo yung autonomy, competence, relatedness, tumataas ang overall level of happiness. Dito na ngayon papasok yung claim natin. Dito na ngayon papasok yung 10 Commandments. Ang sabi natin, pampasaya ng buhay ang 10 Commandments, anong kinalaman yan sa self-determination theory? Kung i-analyze mo yung 10 Commandments, ine-enhance niya yung tatlong elements sa self-determination theory. Kapag sumunod ka sa 10 Commandments, sumataas ang autonomy, ang competence at relatedness, leading to higher levels of happiness. So, i-demonstrate natin paano ang 10 Commandments, ine-enhance niya yung tatlong elements that lead to happiness. Unahin natin yung 10 Commandments and autonomy. Anong kinalaman ng 10 Commandments sa autonomy? Yung 10 Commandments, in general, from 1 to 10, kapag ang tao sinusunod yung 10, mas nare-reinforce yung pagiging spiritual niya. Remember, I repeat, we are spiritual in nature. God created us to be spirits in a body. Ngayon, yung 10 Commandments na yan, ang purpose niyan, kaya ginawa niyan, para ma-reinforce, para lalong lumabas, mas maging obvious sa buhay natin that we are spiritual beings. Specifically, kapag sinusunod natin yung 10 Commandments, mas lumalapit tayo sa spiritual source natin, who is God. So the more you follow the 10 Commandments, mas nagiging closer tayo kay God, which further reinforces our spiritual nature. Special mention sa Commandments 1 to 4. Kasi yung mga commandments na yan, ito yung mga specific na utos na kapag sinunod mo, nagiging closer ka sa spiritual source mo, who is God. When you follow Commandments 1 to 4, you honor God with your life, with your heart, with your speech, with your time. So the more you follow the 10 Commandments, again, special mention to 1 to 4, the more you become closer to your Creator, the ultimate Spirit, mas gumaganda yung well-being natin. Or if you're going to connect this in a psychological language, no, kapag lumapit ka sa Diyos, because you follow the 10 Commandments, nakakakuha ka ng spiritual benefits. Yung hierarchy of needs na sinasabi ni Maslow na sisecure mo from the spiritual source, who is God. Kasi siya lang naman talaga ang legitimate source ng hierarchy of needs eh. After all, ang Diyos ang gumawa ng psyche. Siya rin gumawa ng hierarchy of needs. So, if we want to enhance our being spirits, our spiritual beings, ang daan dyan to be closer to God through the 10 Commandments. Specifically, Commandments 1 to 4 para ma-sustain natin, ma-secure natin yung hierarchy of needs that we need as spirits. So, yan ang 10 Commandments and autonomy. Alright? Next, 10 Commandments and competence connected yan sa autonomy. After natin ma-reinforce yung pagka-espiritu natin and we become closer to God, ano nangyayari? Our spirit becomes empowered. Dahil meron tayong hierarchy of needs within us na byproduct ng autonomy that leads to competence. Dahil empowered yung spirit natin, malusog yung spirit natin, natatranslate yan sa competence in what we do. Nagiging magaling tayo sa mga bagay that we are designed to do, and that is supported by many researches. Paulit-ulit in these studies, pinapakita na kapag maganda ang spirituality ng tao, gumaganda yung competence niya. This is a good article to read. Google Scholar this, download and read it on your own. At marami pa mga studies na ganyan ang sinasabi. Higher spirituality causes better performance at work, also known as competence. Kaya magandang example dito, si Steph Curry Yung paglalaro niya ng basketball, bakit ang galing-galing niya? Kasi maganda yung spirituality niya. Kino-combine niya yung spiritual expression niya sa competence niya as a basketball player. So every time he plays on the court, ine-express niya yung spirituality niya. He sees playing basketball as a spiritual activity. Diba? So mataas ang spirituality ni Curry, yung epekto nun, umaapaw papunta sa performance niya on the court. Spirituality improves competence. And last one, anong kinalaman ng 10 Commandments sa relatedness? Special mention to Commandments 5 to 10. Kung mapapansin niyo yung utos mula 5 hanggang 10 are commandments sa may kinalaman para gumanda yung connection natin with other people. The more you follow Commandments 5 to 10, mas tumataas yung social acceptance. Common sense lang to Imaginein mo, may isang tao, sinusunod yung 5 to 10. For sure, marami mga taong gusto siya. For sure, konti lang yung mga tao na galit sa kanya. In fact, yung numbers 5 to 10, ito yung mga utos na kapag sinunod mo, gaganda talaga ang relationships mo with other people. Gaganda ang relationship mo with your parents, with your friends, with your boss at work, sa mga kapitbahay mo. Hindi kayo mag-aaway-away kasi sinusunod mo yung Commandments 5 to 10. So, ang point lang dito, kapag sinunod mo yung Commandments 5 to 10, tumataas ang level of relatedness mo, which is a very important element in sustaining happiness. At ito pala, going back here in this slide, merong support yan na pag-aaral. You can just read this article on your own na yung mga tao na mataas ang spirituality, maganda ang relationships with other people. Bakit? Kasi nga yung mga taong spiritual, most likely, they follow these commandments that enhances social acceptance. Kaya gumaganda yung mga relationships nila according to this article. Alright? So far, yan yung napakita natin ngayon. Yung 10 Commandments, ini-enhance niya yung 3 elements to be happy according to self-determination theory that leads to happiness. Kaya, given this lecture, napatunayan natin na pampasaya ng buhay talaga ang 10 Commandments. If you want to be happier in life, halimbawa malungkot ka, gusto mong tumaas yung level of happiness mo, one sure way to do it is to obey the 10 Commandments. Kaya after all these things that I've mentioned in this lecture, I have 2 applications to share with you. Number 1, let's stop the stigma of 10 Commandments. May stigma kasi. Pag sinabi mong 10 Commandments, lagi na lang ang tao iniisip, killjoy ang 10 Commandments. Boring ang 10 Commandments. Ang mga taong naniniwala dyan, close-minded. Ang mga taong naniniwala dyan, mga bigot. Yung mga taong naniniwala dyan, nag-hallucinate. Wala naman talagang kwenta ang 10 Commandments, pero sinusunod, mali. And we have psychological reason for saying that this is just a stigma of the 10 Commandments. In fact, kabaliktaran ang nangyayari. The more you obey the spiritual 10 Commandments, tumataas ang level of happiness. It cancels out these misconceptions about the 10 Commandments. Kaya nga sinabi rin ni Kristo yan eh. Bakit daw dumating si Kristo? Kasama yung mga utos coming from a divine source. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. Kapag sinunod natin yung 10 Commandments, that later on, Jesus in the New Testament summarized into 2. But take note, He did not abolish this. No, He just summarized it into 2. The more we follow these spiritual commandments, the more we live our life to the full. Mas nagiging maganda yung quality ng buhay natin. Dumadami yung positive emotions natin, gumaganda yung relationships natin with other people, tumataas yung level of happiness. That's what John 10:10 means. Have it to the full. The more we allow, the more we obey, we apply the spiritual principles of the 10 Commandments, mas gumaganda ang buhay. And number 2, the second application in connection to number 1, dahil nagbago na yung pananaw mo on the 10 Commandments, sana magtaas yung motivation mo to obey the 10 Commandments. In fact, meron akong challenge sa inyo. Subukan nyo lang. For the next 30 days, sundin nyo yung 10 Commandments. From numbers 1 to 10. I highly encourage everyone to obey the 10 Commandments, at ang challenge ko, or ang assurance ko, after 30 days, overall gaganda ang mental health nyo. I am 100% sure that that will happen. Because again, kapag sinunod mo yung 10 Commandments, tataas yung autonomy, competence, and relatedness mo, which leads to higher levels of happiness. At ang suporta dyan, hindi lang nanggagaling sa Biblia, nanggagaling din yan sa many studies in the field of psychology, na talagang the more you obey the 10 Commandments, mas tataas ang level of happiness. So again, challenge ko yan. For the next 30 days, follow the 10 Commandments. I assure you, sasaya ang mga buhay ninyo. Alright? So yan lang yung maikling lecture natin on 10 Commandments and happiness. Sana marami kayong natutunan. If you have any questions, comments, may gusto kayong i-share, ilagay nyo lang dyan sa comment section. Sir Howard here. Until the next lecture, God bless everyone. Bye-bye.